I met the love of my life at 70 years old. Yes, you heard that right. After being married for 32 years, I spent 14 years completely alone. Not because I wanted to, but because, deep down, I truly believed that a woman my age had already lived everything there was to live when it came to love. That's what I was taught. That's what I grew up believing. Until one day, my daughter showed up at my house with her laptop in hand, full of determination, and said, "Mom, that's enough. Today, we're making you a profile on a dating site." And that's how an adventure began. One I never imagined I'd experience. The first conversations were, at the very least, curious. There was a gentleman who only wanted me to listen to his poetry, and it wasn't even written for me. Another one treated our chats like therapy sessions. I went out with a few. We had coffee, but it never went beyond that. And honestly, I didn't like any of them. But you know what? It's having fun. That went on for 9 months, until Luis appeared. Luis had been married for 52 years and had been widowed for 2. When I saw his profile, I thought, maybe this one is different. I was looking for a man who was at least 5 feet 7 inches and no older than 78. Well, he was 79, and as he put it himself, he had even shrunk a little, now standing at 5 feet 6. And then he sent me a message that made me smile. If I were an inch taller and a year younger, I'd apply. I answered right away. We can work with that. And just like that, simple, light, something clicked. Right in that moment, it clicked. And I thought, I really hope this works. We started chatting on the website, then moved to phone calls. And it didn't take long before he sent me a single rose. Every gesture was pure sweetness. On the very first night, he invited me to a motel. And you know what? I didn't go. Because in my head, a woman from my generation doesn't do that. Not on the first date. But deep down, I loved it. 'Cause that's when I realized I'm still desirable. I'm still alive. That old belief that after 70, a woman has no right to love completely shattered in that moment, when for the first time in my life, I walked into a motel at 71. Holding a little bag with my clothes, I got emotional. I felt free. I felt like I truly belonged to myself. And I thought, this thing that my daughters have probably done a few times in their lives, I'm doing it now. And here I am at 81. Thank God, still living it. I've always considered myself a feminist. But I must admit, a feminist who was trimmed, pruned by the way I was raised. Those things get into your head even if you fight against them when it's time to actually live. That little voice creeps in. Can I really do this? Should I? He wanted to get married right away. I wanted to be modern. Live something different. Take it slow, without labels. But after just 3 months of dating, his children went to my daughters and asked for my hand in marriage. Isn't that the most beautiful thing? Living all of this, started to see aging in a completely different way. Yes, we do have time. Life doesn't end when we grow older. Life gives us right up to the very last day. It's the chance to love, to smile, to start again. You know? People often say, oh, but God doesn't want that. And I say, God sent the opportunity. You're the one who didn't take it. Life offers chances. You just have to be willing to see them. Fear. Oh, fear holds so many people back. In my work as a therapist, I see so many women who will leave this world without ever knowing what it truly feels like. To experience love, or even to experience an orgasm. And honestly, what a shame. What a waste. This is my body. Is my life. And it gives me joy. It gives me pleasure, and no. I'm not saying you only find fulfillment by having someone by your side. Not at all. But live. Life is offering you a million different ways to be happy. And you might not even notice today. My love and I have been together for 13 years. We're companions, partners, soulmates. Not a single day goes by without us telling each other, I love you. Whether it's before going to sleep or first thing in the morning every day. Thetis, and I love you. A real one. From the heart. Not out of habit. He always wakes up before me, heads to the kitchen, makes coffee. And when I walk in, he greets me with the warmest hug, full of love. And you know, I think that's our mission here. To show the world as loudly as we can that love has no age.